there are two next steps that I see, neither of which I'm excited about. I'm just based on our drawing and kind of how I thought I would like the feel. I put our actual blank on the template. I actually clamped it on there so I could check from the back to make sure that the center line of our blank is on the center line of our template. And I drew a couple lines because we had drawn a couple, I don't remember based on what, and they're nowhere near what we're doing here. So, I drew some red lines so I know exactly where that is going to line up with the blank. Okay, and then from that, I can place our template over here on the edge and draw an outline. So, doing that, I drew her top wing here and her bottom wing here. And like I said, I mean, there's virtually no chance of screwing this up. It's just, it's scary nonetheless. You don't know what's going to happen down the road. It might change the correctness of previous decisions. It's just, see, we're at a point where these builds are getting important, and I'm just psyching myself out. And this happens a lot. You psych yourself out, and you get worried about things, and then you wind up being paralyzed and don't know what to do. And it did take a while to realize when that does happen, the best thing to do is just make a move. Just do something, and it all flows, and you get moving again. So, I suppose we'd better go cut this. And well, alright, here's another thing. In situations like this where I am kind of psyched out, I think, well, I better cut, way outside the lines. But you cut close enough to the line that it's hard to go back and clean it up with the bandsaw, but it's too far away to really do, nice, clean, easy job with the router. So, we'll cut these, and we will cut as close to the line as we can. Try to be router close, and it'll work out. It'll all be okay. Gotta have faith. I don't remember what gave me the impression, but I have reason to suspect that these wings are a little thicker than they need to be. So somewhere between thicknessing them down a little bit and the top will get us to our final didn't film this because I've been just jacking around trying to get my head around everything, make sure I'm happy with it, figure out what the next steps are, what I'm comfortable doing next, what I need to do next. Sometimes you gotta dink around to, you know what I mean, get things straight in your head. Okay, well, so in the process I figured I really want a template that has the neck joint, just so, normally I go from a template to get a shape, but in the end I don't really care if it, you know, is picture perfect to that template. It doesn't matter. However, this time I kind of want to stick strictly to the template because our material on the top is we're kind of tight on. I want to conserve as much as possible, so I want to cut as close as possible and not wind up with a situation where it, you know, the top and the back both overlap each other somewhere. You know what I mean? Okay, so I wanted to build this template, and to do that, I don't remember if it was Shred or Nebula, but the other day Ben had the brilliant idea to just, you know, put some paper down to make that pocket, and then you have a perfect representation of that pocket. So that's what I tried, and it works so incredibly well that I wish I'd have thought of that years ago. Meanwhile, I've been thinking instead of you know, a large bevel for an arm cut, I'm kind of thinking of maybe some type of conical thing, some kind of conical scoop. Maybe add a little more interest to the shape of the top that's left. I don't know, it's just an idea. I got a lot of dumb ideas, so since we got our made a second template with the neck pocket, or the fretboard pocket in it, then we could verify placement of the wings that we cut and make sure that they actually can be fitted somewhere where it's exposed all the way around, with regard to the template, so we can actually route it to this specific shape. So we got our wings dry fitted. Always keep your offcuts for clamping calls. I also ran our top through the thickness planer just a little bit, just to make sure it was nice and clean. And I can't help but think maybe I should do the glue up before we cut the shape, just so we can save the biggest piece of this. I don't even know what the control cavity is even going to look like yet. I mean, it doesn't have to be big. We just need these three controls. The trick was I wanted them spaced enough that they're, you know, not right on top of each other and a pain in the ass to get to. It's one of the reasons we did custom knobs, so they're, you know, a lower profile. So, I don't know. You might even be able to get away with getting those a little closer together. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's a pretty good placement, as long as we can get it to fit. Alright, pieces of the puzzle are slowly starting to shift toward a together-ish orientation. That was a tortured metaphor. Thanks for joining me. If you like what we're doing, if you're digging it, like and subscribe. Catch you next time.